Wisconsin's oldest prison has long been a target for closure amid concerns about deterioration, extended lockdowns, and staffing shortfalls. After the warden and 8 staffers at the Waupun prison were charged in relation to the deaths of multiple inmates, there are new calls for the state to take action. Now the daughter of one of the victims is getting some clarity to her father's death. And News 3 Now's Braden Ross spoke with her and has more tonight. Braden?
Yeah, Megan Hoffman-Kolb's father was the first of 4 people that died while serving time at Waupun Correctional in just the last year. Now, as she approaches 1 year without him, she and her family are finally getting some of the justice they've been looking for. But if you ask her, the fight for change is far from over.
We would go to the grocery store and he would strike up a conversation with anyone.
Megan Hoffman-Kolb has a lot to remember about her dad, Dean.
He just took life really slow. And, you know, if we were in the car and I was like, Dad, can you hurry up? He would slow down further.
She also remembers watching him struggle with his mental health.
I knew my dad when things were really good and we were able to spend the weekend with him. And then I knew my dad when he was locked up in his room on Christmas Day.
That struggle led him to a 28-year prison sentence for kidnapping his ex-girlfriend.
When he was in Sheboygan County awaiting trial, he was happy because it was kind of that stable living that he was looking for. Somebody was making sure he ate. Somebody was making sure he took his medications.
After his conviction, he ended up at Waupun Correctional Institution. But just 80 days later,
I just dropped to my knees, and it was probably the biggest shock. None of us saw it coming.
In June 2023, Dean Hoffman died by suicide inside his cell.
Understaffed, overpopulated, locked down. Why would they ever assume they could take care of a man with that status?
In the following months, 3 more residents died at Waupun, and Megan started speaking out.
I just couldn't believe that my dad's death didn't spark immediate corrective action, and then the next 2, and then the final one in February.
Then this week, some progress.
And the person who is responsible for the entire facility, Randall Hepp, the Waupun Correctional Institution warden.
I was so thankful that somebody's being held accountable.
Although no one was charged in connection with her father's death, Megan says after a taste of justice, she's even more motivated to make sure her father's memory is a part of the change.
These are human beings. They are somebody's loved one. And at the end of the day, they still have rights as human beings.
Now, there is still an open investigation into a possible contraband smuggling operation at the prison. The Dodge County Sheriff said yesterday he could reopen his investigation into the deaths if more information comes to light.